Hey fans, people of the interwebs, it's me, SoundVestG1, back for another Star Trek The Official Starships Collection review, and this time we're doing issue 105, the Smuggler ship, or the combat vessel. Your mileage may vary. And as per usual, you get the nice glossy magazine, and it is a glossy one this time round, and then you get the ship itself, but more on that in a little while. So we'll get straight in, shall we? Specification. Operated by Smugglers, type combat vessel, in operation 24th century, length 500 metres approximately, propulsion warp powered, weapons, multiple phaser cannons. And there's a really nice view of the ship there, really cool. The facility near Quilon 2 was responsible for salvaging useful components from decommissioned ships. Was run by the Zakdon, a species renowned for their pomposity and haughtiness. Smuggler ship appeared to be clad in armour. Its exterior featured numerous panels fixed to the main body. These probably helped reflect scans from other ships, making it more difficult to track and know exactly what was being carried aboard in the cargo hold. I've forgotten how to read. And we've got some nice images from Redemption Part 1, I want to say. Is it Redemption 1? Yeah, Part 1. And then we've got a really nice CG shot of the underside there. That looks really cool. Because you only see it in one scene. And then, spoilers, gets destroyed, as it's evidenced there. But it is really a really cool ship. And then we've got Klim Dokachin, Zach Dawn. One of only two Zakdon. The other one was Suanar Kolrami in the episode Peak Performance. Members of the Federation. And then we've got A. Marie there. A. Marie was the ex-wife of one of the crew who worked aboard the Smuggler ship. She played the keyboards in a sleazy bar on Quilon 2. A vocation she was ideally suited for and had 4 arms. A. Marie had little love for her ex-husband. And she directed Commander Riker to Omeg, a fat Ferengi arms dealer. Rather than pay her money for information, Riker taught her some jazz routines on her keyboard. And then we've got the specification of the ships as well, the topographical view. Very cool, very cool. So we've got stuff like that. Unusual pet. The quartermaster of the Quilon 2 yard, Klim Dokachin, once found a 14-foot Calaranian eel in a locker on board a freighter which had been brought to the facility. He kept the eel and nursed it back to health. USS Upset Stomach. Among the derelict ships seen in Quilon 2, a supply depot, is the USS Alka-Seltzer. The name was an in-joke reference to Alka-Seltzer, the brand of fizzy indigestion medicine. Famous name. The T'Pau was a Vulcan Mahi-Com group transport ship that was served aboard was in service with the Vulcan National Merchant Fleet in the 24th century. It was partly constructed from duranium alloy and named for the Vulcan judge and philosopher T'Pau, and it was only the second Vulcan ship seen on screen. Yeah, because it had China in a hand, you see, T'Pau. So yeah. And then we've got creating the Smuggler ship. To save money, Greg Ginn raided the parts bin and heavily adapted the previous built model to create the Smuggler ship. And it goes into creating and filming the ship there. It's on the filming mount, which is really cool. And then we've got, it was built for the Husnock ship first, and then modified and retooled into the combat vessel, which was later modified and retooled into the Bajoran freighter, which I'll get onto in a minute as well. And then making Unification. So it goes into the episode Unification, how they made it and stuff like that. Because I believe they were filming Star Trek 6 about the same time, and they had to film the second part first. Because Leonard Nimoy was obviously filming Star Trek 6, so they had to film the second part first before they filmed the first part. And it goes into the various images. It goes that's that again. It goes into various parts of the episode there, which is really cool. It's a really good episode actually. It's one of my favourites. Then we meet Denise Crosby as Sealer again, the half human, half Romulan. And then we've got on screen first appearance, Unification Part 1, TV appearance, Star Trek Next Generation, designed by Greg Jein. Actually, now this vessel appears on Star Trek Voyager in the episode Warlord as well. Very briefly at the beginning, you see it fly into shot, and it's in fact the same shot they use from Unification in that episode. So yeah, there you go. The four-handed piano player, A. Marine, Star Trek Next Generation episode. Part 2 was portrayed by actress Harriet Lader. The voice was dubbed in post-production by Judy Durand. Judy had previously provided the space dock computer voice, like, you know, danger, space doors are closed, danger, Star Trek Spock, and performed the voice of the Cardassian station computer voice in Deep Space Nine throughout the entire run of the series. Actor Michelle Marashi Thrawn, who played Romulan Pardek played Romulan Pardek in Unification, had been in a two-time guest star in the original series. He provided the voice of the Telosian magistrate in The Cage and played Commodore Mendez in The Menagerie. He had also been offered the role of Dr. Philip Boyce in The Cage, but turned it down as he did not want to play a third man next to the hero and his sidekick. Unification was the first time the Romulan homeworld Romulus was visited in a Star Trek episode, although the holographic recreation of the Valley of Chula was seen in Admiral Aladar Jirok. Seen by Aladar Jirok in The Defector. I've forgotten how to read and talk at the same time. So, that's the magazine. Now, onto the ship itself. Let me just have a break. Hang on one sec. So, onto the ship itself. And this is a thing of beauty. It really is. The black on it is fantastic. Like it appears in the episode, it's black, but when sort of light shines off it, it can pick out all the details on it. It is really cool. Really, really cool. And it looks menacing, despite it being a reuse of a model. I love this detail. I love all these bumps, the circular bumps all over the ship, because there's loads on the bottom there. There's 2 on each side here, 3 on each side here, which I would imagine that they are censored jammers, so you can't tell what's aboard the ship. I like this sort of stealth bomber type look on the top there. I like these massive armor plates on the side, which I would imagine that these are for deflecting energy weapons. If the shields go down, it will position itself either like this or like this, and then, you know, phasers and torpedoes would hit and just sort of dissipate the energy a bit. I like the main deflector dish at the top there. I like the main bridge at the front there. But it's just a thing of fucking beauty. It really is. And I like these phaser cannons that are sticking off the side and the bottom and the top there. Really, really cool. The black on it is fantastic. No clear plastic in there. Bit disappointed. In the warp drive and the impulse engines there. We've even got the circular details there. And I love the lights on there. You know, the windows, they're cool. And you've got them all under here as well. You see, Eagle Moss, when you're doing ships like this, they are perfect. And when you do Federation ships, they're kind of off. But this is a ship I would never, ever, ever thought I'd get a model of. And yet, here it is in my hand. Now, we got the sister mold ship a couple of issues ago. Issue 101, I think. Which is the Bajoran freighter. Now, it's basically the same ship, but heavily modified. I believe it might even be the same mould. Let's have a look. Actually, it is. It's the same mould, but it's been heavily modified, like in the episodes. Because you can see along here, you've got all this detail there, which is mirrored on this one, but you've got these extra details there. you still got the round dots there, and you got more of them there, and of course they've added these extra fins at the side there. But it's nice to get a mold partner for this one. I want the Husnock ship now as well to go with this one. But yeah, it's just this is a thing of beauty. But like I say, I mean, just for comparison's sake, you can tell it's the same ship. You know, you've got similar details on there. Like on the back there, you've got similar shape. You've got, although it's been heavily modified. But that's great. You know, it just shows you that they can take one ship and make it into another ship without, you know, not much effort, but without much modification, and make it, you know, spray it a different colour. I mean, it's interesting to think that because that's Bajoran, maybe the guys that got this vessel maybe stole it or bought one, a surplus one perhaps, and then remodified it into this bad boy. You know, that speculation is what makes these things great. But yeah, just the black is brilliant, you know, especially when you've got it in kind of in the shade. Some of the details blend in with each other, but that's fantastic. And then it's not until like the light hits it where you can pick out all the details, and you've got all this extra detail here. You've got but I like the stealth bomber type thing at the top here, the sensor dome. And then you've got on the underside with all these bumps and stuff, and these fucking fantastic. I mean, you know, if this was like, say, Star Destroyer size, it would be a very, you know, imposing bastard. I mean, even at 500 meters, it's quite an imposing ship. Yeah, it's really cool. I really like this one a lot. Again, it was one of those ones I never thought I'd see ever, and it was one of those ships that it never even occurred to me that we'd get one of these. You know, it was one of these ships that I thought, you know, if somebody asked me and I went, oh yeah, you know the ship we want? A combat vessel, you know? But there it is. And just fucking brilliant. It really is. I'm really impressed with this one. You know, hats off, guys. Really hats off. Now a Husnock ship, please. So yeah, and we get the stand, and it says Smuggler ship. And it's got a different connector to the other one. And it just connects all like so. I'm not entirely happy with it, if I'm honest. But anyway, it fits on like that, and there you go. So, please like, share, and subscribe this video. I'm going to put it down before I fucking drop it. Yeah, so please like, share, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell to tell you when I've got new videos out and new content. And please hit that thumbs up. That would really help this video out. And thank you very much for watching. I'll catch you in the next review. Bye for now.